Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and this is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Season 7, Episode 4, Unfinished Business. And it's unfinished business for a reason. Before I get started there, let me take care of some business and we'll get to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video pop up here at the very end. Basically, what it is YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Up here is going to be Project Blue Book, is what's going to be up there for you. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every Monday, and I also mirror it on my Facebook page. Speaking of Facebook, for those of you who still have it, there's a Facebook group page which you guys can post stuff on, talk amongst yourselves, all that good stuff. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Patreon page, but no tier set up as of yet. There we go. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comments section. Thank you, Viking Bitch, for the paddle. All right. So, the unfinished business is Wat Tambor. We never got a conclusion to what happened to Wat Tambor in the movies. We just knew that he wasn't there by the time we got to Revenge of the Sith, the episode 3. And quite honestly, I like this progression of Anakin a little bit better, actually a lot better than what they portrayed in the movies. Again, it's almost 20 years after the episodes 1, 2, and 3 were made and put out there, and this is a better representation of Anakin. You have a lot more motivation as to why he turns over the dark side, other than in episode 3 where he's going, no, 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 we've got cookies. All right, sure, I'll kill some younglings. What the fuck? That's pretty much how he turns in, that episode 3. And this actually is a slower build. You see him, he's frustrated. He's on this planet that they can't knock it off. Sorry, Pepper decides to bark at people at the door. Pepper, hey. So, yeah, he's frustrated at this battle that's going on, that's raging on this planet. It's basically a stalemate where they're not getting through to the Techno Union to bust this line, and the Techno Union, of course, is not, is kind of advancing on them at this point. And he's got a pregnant Padme at home as well, or her home anyway. And all he can do to talk to her is through holograms, or holo casting, whatever it is. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? Yeah, exactly. And we get some of the clone stuff too. I'm really liking the Bad Batch, to tell you the truth. Even though we know what's going to happen when Order 66 comes around, I don't know if their chips are going to malfunction. They are a little bit different, is what they've said. And I'm wondering if they're going to survive Order 66 intact, or if they are going to join the rest of the clone troopers and kill some Jedi. Because I can actually see, what is it, Order 9, what is their Platoon 99 or something like that, slaughtering the shit out of a lot of Jedi just themselves, especially Wrecker. I mean, Wrecker, good God. He really, really enjoys what he does. So, yes, this is before the sad slaughter. We are building up to it. And we see Anakin use the dark side for the most part. He flashes for just a little bit when he gets a hold of Wat Tambor and needs the codes to turn off the reactors, the fusion reactors that are going to blow up the planet, essentially blow up half the planet, because they have taken out the droid processing plant. And of course, Wat Tambor has lost at this point, and instead of losing gracefully, he's going to blow the whole thing up along with Admiral Trench. And they need the codes, of course, and that is what Echo is doing. He was finding the codes, and before he gets the last number, they find out where Echo is and give a little jolt to him and knock him out. So Mace does not get the last number, and Anakin takes it out on Wat Tambor to find out what it is by cutting off his arms on one side of his body, and then he gets the code, the last number, and he ends up, Wat Tambor ends up shocking Anakin, and Anakin drives his lightsaber right through his body, killing Wat. He doesn't kill him quickly either. Wat Tambor is like thrashing on the ground after he leaves, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. You should love your work. Yeah, really, you should. And I loved Mace. Excuse me. I loved Mace in this episode where he comes down and he's trying to reason with the droids, and he says, I have killed, and he says how much how many droids he has taken out, and he says, lay down your weapons, you'll be reprogrammed to something, peaceable and constructive rather than what you're doing now. And the droids just kind of look at him and go, attack. And he's like, all right, fuck it, I tried, you know. And so he just starts taking out a bunch of droids, which I kind of liked. It was kind of funny a little bit, get a little bit of humor. And then, of course, also Crosshair and Wrecker having that, one-upsmanship on who's going to have the better kills, the more showy kills. And Wrecker has a good one, but Crosshair has a much, much, much better one. Yeah. There were some good lines in this episode. I have to agree. And this is actually the best episode so far this season. The first episode, introducing the Bad Batch was good. Then it was kind of like, the 2 and 3, and then 4 is like, boom. When you get Anakin going off to the dark side there, and then of course the piece de resistance giving Wrecker the detonator to take out the Techno Union ship, which was actually pretty good. Oh, you're not watching it, Joe? Is that what's going on? You're not watching this stuff? Bad Batch is the Bad Batch are actually really good. They're a good bunch of clones. Even though the guy Hunter looks a lot like the Punisher, even the point where he's got the bandana on with a little skull on it, which makes me laugh every time I see it. Oh, you're behind on it? Yeah. Yeah, Wrecker's best day of his life with the detonator in his hand. He cries a little bit as he gets to push the detonator. And there's always that. The other thing is, this whole episode, they're questioning Echo whether or not he is loyal to the Republic or if he's still working for the Techno Union and somehow are in the Separatists. And that's this whole episode. They keep questioning what he's doing, because all his planning seems like it's going to be a trap for the Jedi and a trap for the clones and stuff like that. And that's also put into question. And he puts that all to bed by, he's like, no, this is what you need to do in order to do this really, really well, Yeah. See, I told you, Penn, they're quick watches. They really are. Have you gotten through the entire catalog of episodes too, or have you gotten that far? Because there's some good stuff that leads up to it. There really is. Um, there's also, of course, at the very end there, they're going to get medals and all this kind of stuff. And the Bad Batch are like, yeah, we don't stand on ceremony. Fuck that. And they invite Echo to join them because he is now different. He's on a different path. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool. They're bringing him in, and Rex, basically tells him it's okay because he was going to go with Rex. And Rex is like, dude, if you need to follow a different path, go follow a different path. And he does. Yeah. Yeah, it's worth it, Penn. Especially if you get sequestered and have to, you know, stay inside for 14 days because of some of the craziness that's going on right now. And I'm talking about the great Costco toilet paper run of 2020. And hand sanitizer run, I guess, too, is what's going on. I know there's at least one person that's in their house covered in toilet paper with hand sanitizer all over their body. That's about the only thing I can think of that I know that someone has done at this point in time, because there are that kind of weird people in the world, and yeah, that's all I can say. I am not one of them. I bought my toilet paper before the great toilet paper shortage of 2020, and I have enough for a month at least, just so you know. And, you know, yeah. And I have enough hand sanitizer too because, I am who I am. And if you've seen my videos on Comic-Con cleanliness or just con cleanliness in general, you'll know that I had hand sanitizer and all that kind of shit for me with me as well. I always do. Yeah. Another way for always planning. Yeah. I mean, you got to put the hand sanitizer on your body, like dip yourself in it and then wrap yourself in the toilet paper in order to keep it off, keep it off you. So Penn says a coworker said she's so happy the house that she just rented in her family of 6 has 2 bidets, cuts toilet paper usage. Wait, yeah. Yeah, so, I'll talk about bidets tomorrow on Saturday Morning Blast Off because there is a interesting story as to why they're prevalent in Europe and why they're not prevalent here. It's, here in the US. There's an interesting story behind all of that, but and great, you get to hear my neighbor who's out in the fucking rain, in the dark, cutting wood. Don't ask me why. But that's the kind of assholes that live out here and yeah, just decide to fucking do that kind of shit at the last minute because yeah, they're assholes. That's all I'm going to say. I hope he slips and cuts off his arm. That's what I'm just hoping for at the moment because I want to hear a gigantic scream and have the ambulance and all that kind of stuff come. Not that I'm vindictive or anything. She had no idea what they were when they moved in. Oh, she didn't know what bidets were. My God. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally pouring down rain out there, and this asshole is outside cutting timber or doing something out there. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in the dark, in the rain, and yeah, lots of fun. So, with that said, thumbs up on this episode. It's good. That's actually really good, especially with Anakin slipping even further into the dark side. Then we got a little Mace Windu action. We got a little Kenobi action as well. Bad Batch. Hopefully we haven't seen the last of them this season. This is the final season of Clone Wars, by the way, because it goes right into Revenge of the Sith, is what this is supposed to do. So hopefully, we get a little bit more Bad Batch before the end of this season. What else is going on? Tomorrow is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any of the genre stuff you guys want to talk about and talk about it. That's always a good time. Usually runs about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere around there. There's a lot of news this week because, of course, the big news is that Bill Gates has stepped down from Microsoft. No, that's not the big news this week. You know what the big news is this week is that WonderCon's been canceled. No, there's a lot of stuff actually that's been canceled, postponed, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'll be talking about tomorrow. Sunday, we have the premiere of season 3 of Westworld on HBO, and I'll be covering that. Yes, I will. It's going to be Westworld season 3, episode 1 is going to be on Sunday. Monday. I just jumped to Friday. Monday is going to be Dispatches from Elsewhere. If you haven't watched Dispatches from Elsewhere on AMC, go and watch it. It's really interesting. If the first episode doesn't hook you, it probably won't. Give it a try. Tuesday, of course, is Project Blue Book. It's the penultimate episode of the season for Project Blue Book. We've got one more episode after that. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm off. Then we come back around again to what we're watching right now, Clone Wars. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Westworld as well. I heard this is a lot more linear, season 3, and they say it's almost like a reboot in a way. Almost like they're reintroducing everything, which is kind of interesting. Oh, man. So, with that said, and the saw in the background, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me today in the chat. Thank you if you made it this far in the video, saw and all. I will see you tomorrow for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find that all the Costco toilet paper and hand sanitizer is gone, and you just got there way too late, and now you need to use your hands. Thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night and stay well.